Alright, what's up, guys? Tonight is the Snaggletooth Shark. And I think there were two people waiting, or a couple people waiting. But hope you guys are doing well. And, oh yeah, there were two people waiting. That's what I thought. Alright. So, what's up, guys? Happy holidays. I'm gonna be wearing this garb the entire month of December, and probably a little bit early January too. But hope you guys are doing well. Today, we are talking about the Snaggletooth Shark. And I guess yeah, what's up, Roy? How's it going? We are doing what we agreed, the Snaggletooth Shark. So I'm pretty excited. This is gonna be it's hard to get anything on it, like footage or documentation. Yeah, what's up? Merry Christmas to you too. Can I star that? Do I have that option? I clicked a star. I'm still new to this, so I hope that translates to a lock or a like. So, but anyway, is the music too loud? How is that music volume versus mic volume? I was kind of messing with it earlier today. How's the balance sounding? Do you think? Because usually I check on my phone, but now that I have like someone to talk to. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So speaking of music. It's been a while since I did like an actual YouTube channel, but this is Almighty Arceus or Almighty Arceus. Definitely recommend if you're a Pokemon fan. They do a lot of cool playlists. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you're a Pokemon fan and you like, Pokemon ambience music or study music. But I was in a Pokemon mood. I played a lot of Scarlet and Violet over the weekend, specifically Violet. So, but yeah, so I got that going in the background, and yeah, I guess let's just dive in. So let's start with like the footage. Let's go back to the beginning, because this is like right, this is like literally the only footage I can find on YouTube, like the only thing I've ever seen regarding the shark. And actually, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be annoying. This is from Virginie Abriel, so I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe and give her a like, because this is actually extremely rare footage. So and it's really cool because I can't find anything else, and I can't really find anything else about the shark in motion. And as far as I know, this is just really, there's not a lot known as far as the biology of the species. So, but I'm excited to dive in. I haven't really given this video a proper look over. So let's see. It's funny listening. What? I don't know what music this is. I think this is from Diamond and Pearl, but it's funny listening to this. With the dive. Or do you like scuba dive at all? Because it's like I've done PADI system, and I'm trying to get into the SSI system. So I don't have my SSI certification yet, but I have my PADI. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. Oh, cool. Yeah, actually, can you put a link in the chat? Because I'd love to see. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm bouncing up and down. I love to see like footage you got. Quite a lot of exposition, but I think the shark is coming. Somewhere. This is a cool place. Like, there he is. Okay. So this is Hemipristis elongata, and the only living member of its genus. So this is Hemigaliidae, which is weasel sharks, which that's a family I don't really know that much about. Let's see what we got. Behavior is poorly known. It lives in the continental and insular shelves, 1 to 132 meters. This is cool. It is cool seeing like the dorsal fin is really like, I think the correct term is falcate. which is kind of a fancy way of saying sickle shaped. But it's like its features are so sharp, like as far as the fins go. And the head is a little. This is so cool. Like so, this is like it's a carchariniform, so distant cousin to like bull sharks and that is so cool. Even the pelvic fins, those are really sharp looking. Like look at that. So super distant cousin to bull sharks. Probably more close. It looks so much more similar to like no Triachidae is hound sharks. Oh no, yeah. This is Hemigelidae is weasel sharks. Yeah, so Hemigelidae is weasel sharks. So this is a weasel shark, but it looks similar to like hound sharks in terms of like it's longer, kind of like a more elongated body plan. This is super cool. Let's see. Litter 2 to 11 pups, average 6, increasing with female size, gestation 7 to 8 months, possibly breeds in alternate years, matures in about 2 to 3 years. Oh, wow, that is really young. Wait, how big is this guy? About a meter and 10 centimeters, so, or 1.1 meters. So it's kind of smallest shark. Maximum size is 230 to 240 centimeters, so like 2.3 to 2.4 meters. So mid-size, small to mid-size shark. Maximum age of 15 years, feeds on cephalopods and fishes. Okay. So interesting. Alright, let me get out of here, and let me check the chat again. Oh, cool. Sorry, I'm just catching up on your comments. Because like what I have to do is I have to kind of go back and forth. Like, and I'm sorry, I might not be using it right. I should probably have like a different monitor. So, oldest weasel shark ever. Yeah, it's a weird. No, I shouldn't say weird, but it's like it's a very unique body shape. It's so. Let's shut this off. It's so interesting. Like let's dive into. I kind of want to see its conservation for the living species, and then I did pull up the fossil guy website, which is like this is the ancient species, so or the extinct species, so like Hemipristis. But we're talking, but for the living species, we got Hemipristis elongata. So, but it's cool because it's like this is one of the most famous fossils as far as I know, as far as like sharks go, like. Because like I know you got like Megalodon and I think just Carcocles in general, and I guess mako shark teeth. Those are all pretty, maybe not famous, but like popular fossils as far as fossil hunting goes. But this one too, because it's so easily identifiable with those huge serrations. So it's cool, and like that's actually like for me, that's how I know about the species is from the fossil, but I don't know anything about the living species. And like this is kind of fun because it's like this is like the first shark in this whole live stream series where it's like, oh, I don't really know much about it. So like we're gonna learn together. It's gonna be interesting. Also, shout out Roy to Canada. I thought it would be cool to track. If this gets more popular, if we get more people joining the stuff from different countries, that'd be cool. I added like a little American Canadian flag, and it'd be cool to see if other people join in. So, but shout out to Canada, the great nation of Canada. So yes, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping these flag icons for future streams because I think that'd be kind of like a fun thing to do. So, but anyway, Hemipristis elongata. Most recently assessed in 2015, fairly recent-ish. And this is cool. This is alright, like roughly Indo-Pacific. Decreasing population trend. Okay. And again, I don't know much about Hemigelidae because I don't think in my part of the Atlantic we have Hemigelids here. There might be some in like Europe. Could be wrong about that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, vulnerable. Let's see. Assessment information in detail. The fossil shark, Ooh, that's a cool name. Hemipristis elongata is commonly landed in coastal fisheries throughout its shallow, down to 130 meters, tropical Indo-West Pacific range, to a lesser extent in Australia. Since the flesh is considered of very high quality, as are the fins and liver, life history data demonstrate that it grows and matures rapidly. Yeah, because like the 2 to 3 years is kind of wacky. Like that is really quick. Like if that quote from, and I know that book is trustworthy. Like 2 to 3 year maturity. Let me reread that actually. This is Sharks of the World. Matures in about 2 to 3 years. That is super fast for a shark. That's super cool. Suggesting a relatively high ability to sustain fishing. Despite this, the intensive and largely unmanaged net and trawl fisheries that occur throughout most of its range, with the exception of Australia, fish heavily in its known habitat and are likely to catch the species when present. Many shark stocks in the region are known to be overexploited, with catches declining, and market surveys indicate that this species has declined in areas where it was once considered common. The species has not been reported in surveys of the South China Sea, where it has previously been recorded. Okay. This declining trend is likely to continue in future in the absence of management and because of continued, if not increasing, fishing effort. Based on global declines in contracting landings of at least 20% over the past 12 years, and the fact that the Indo-Pacific region is a region with some of the most poorly managed and intensely fished waters. This was a quote from last week, too. Or not last week, but I literally read that verbatim. We did not do this. No, yeah, we didn't do this assessment last week. I'm sorry, my brain is kind of blanking. I literally read this line verbatim with a different species, and I can't really quite remember what species is. So, but anyway, a population reduction of greater than 30% over the past 3 generations, 27 years, is inferred for the fossil shark, and the decline at a similar rate is expected to occur over the next 3 generations, hence the species is vulnerable. Oh, this is cool. In Australian waters, the species is suspected to be least concern as a result of well-managed fisheries and low catches. Awesome. So, overall, not great, but not the worst. That's actually really cool. So, I'm pretty sure I said this last week, like, I know the United States is, like, has a lot of great marine, or I think this was last week. In one of the earlier streams, I said the United States has a lot of great marine protection programs. And a lot of great like shark conservation and research efforts. And I have to say that about Australia too. Like Australia is really strong as far as that is concerned. So really happy that at least part of the sharks range is on. Yeah, for sure, man. Oh my gosh, I hope we get Australia on here. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, but they I've seen a lot of research come out of Australia, and like just a lot of management and conservation programs. So it's cool that this species lives in Australian waters. That is really cool to see. So let's see what else we can get on this guy. Decreasing, and there's a lot of information on IUCN Red List. I just kind of like scan because like for me there's some nitty-gritty that I don't really like to dive into too much because it gets kind of like I don't really like to get into the weeds too much on certain things. Generation length 9 years, interesting. Habitat and I like habitat and ecology. The fossil shark occurs over the continental shelf inshore to a depth of 130 meters from Campagno, very famous shark scientist. This viviparous that's cool. Viviparous, so live birth, species has a seasonal reproductive cycle producing 2 to 11 young per litter, ranging in size from 45 to 52 centimeters. Mating appears to take place around June, ovulation in September, and birth in about April, with a gestation period of about 7 to 8 months. Pregnancy rate amongst mature females of Australia is about 30%. Which suggests that individual females may breed every other year. Well, that's cool. That is interesting. So, if I'm understanding correctly, if you're fishing, like if you're doing a shark survey and you're catching like 100 sharks, you can roughly assume 50 are male, 50 are female, and like pregnancy rate of, actually no, wait, no, what am I saying? The pregnancy rate amongst mature females. Oh, that's cool. So it's just a survey of mature females. About 30%. Okay, that is actually really cool. It's actually kind of cool that you can infer that. Like if you are getting that cohort, but only a portion of that is like pregnant. If you're getting that cohort of mature females, but only a portion of that is pregnant, like it's interesting that you can infer that this might be breeding every other year, or this is not a consistent yearly reproductive cycle. That's really cool. Sorry, I literally am like learning live. Yeah, for sure. Like those are pretty big pups. So that's half a meter. That's about half a meter. What is that? Actually, okay. So this is kind of funny. I in the first live stream I was talking about uh, meter or sorry metric system versus America's stupid system, and like it's weird. I love metric weight and or mass, metric mass, like kilograms. Like I understand what that is, but like for length, I always get like thrown off by meters, and so I unfortunately stick to inches and stuff, which is like inches and feet, which is terrible. But like meters. Let me. This is so bad. Actually, let me look it up on my phone. Because Canada is metric, right? Like that's totally metric, right? Like let's see. Meters to feet. I, where 1.5 feet. Okay, so the babies are like, or the pups are like 1.5 feet. So half a meter is 1.5 feet. I should know this. It's just I don't know why length gets me. Weight or mass I totally get, but length always gets me. So, where was I? Pregnancy. Okay, species attains 240 centimeters, with females and males maturing at approximately 1.2 to 1.1 meters, respectively. Age and growth data caught off the east coast of Queensland. In Australia, growth appears to be quite rapid. That's the biggest thing that's blowing my mind. That's so cool. Maximum observed age was 15 years. Gestation length is estimated to be 9 years. Okay. Super, super cool. Kind of talking about threats. I'm gonna just... That's a lot of information. I'm not gonna probably go through all of that. I'm just scanning this. Oh, interesting. A fossil shark is a minor component of the northern Australian gillnet and trawl, prawn, and fish fisheries. Inshore gillnet fishery off the eastern coast of Queensland, it makes up about 0.1% of the catch. It makes up a similar proportions in other coastal fisheries across northern Australia. The catch, which is discarded in the Australian North prawn fishery, is small, and estimates of fishing mortality indicate that the level of take is sufficiently low to ensure sustainability. That's really cool. And that's not something I see often at all. Like, actually, maybe like, yeah, awesome. I just saw your comment. Metric for sure. It's the right way to be. It's absolutely the right way to be. So, so this is really cool. I didn't realize this actually. This might be the first one of the few. There's another one, but this might be one of the few sharks I've ever read sustainable fishery, or like I shouldn't say sustainable fishery, but like estimates of fishing mortality indicate the level of take is sufficiently low. Yeah, or no, I guess I should say that to ensure sustainability. That's really cool. So this, I've read that about this shark, and then the other one, which we might be able, maybe we could talk about next week, is this guy, the Atlantic sharp-nosed shark. This is super, super common in like the Western Atlantic. So, no, I guess there you go. You can see its range on FishBase. And we can also talk about FishBase. I've never featured FishBase on this at all. Actually, yeah, let's go into FishBase. So, I'll finish up IUCN Realist and then we'll talk about FishBase. But yeah, so Atlantic sharp-nosed shark, Rhizobriodon terranobi. It's a shark that grows super quickly, it reproduces super quickly, and it's least concerned. And it's a species that theoretically, I always kind of paint it as an example of like the future of sharks in terms of like, smaller, quicker reproducing sharks might be kind of like they're better able to handle fishing pressure kind of in this day and age. So they might be out competing. There are some studies where smaller sharks, in some cases, can take the niche of larger sharks that have been displaced by fishing or that have been removed from certain areas by fishing. So, long story short, this shark actually might be able to handle fishing pressure, and I haven't heard anything negative about fisheries for sharp-nosed sharks. So, it's this shark, and then now this species in Australia specifically, where I've ever heard that you can theoretically have sustainable fishing, which is really cool. It's really, really rare to see that. So, let's see. Music's saying epic. I explain. Okay. Okay, the gillnet and trawl fisheries in Indonesia are very extensive. And, yep, highly exploited, and stocks of most species have declined by at least an order of magnitude. Catches of sharks in southeastern Asia are very high, but are declining, and fishers are traveling much further from port, in order to increase catches. That's actually really scary. That kind of pattern where I think the idea is the coast is so exploited that you can't catch what you used to be able to catch, so you have to go further out. There's a very controversial documentary. I don't know. Have you ever seen Seaspiracy, which I think that came out 2 years ago? I won't go into it because it's really controversial in the marine community, but it does talk about that. It does include that. So it's very interesting. I might go into it in future live stream tonight. It's the holidays. It's not Seaspiracy night tonight, but. Let's see. But they did talk about that, where fishers are traveling much further from port in order to catch catches. Which is really scary because like one, the coast is so overexploited, but two, like when you go further offshore, you're not necessarily. There's some areas like shelf areas that have high biomass, but when you get further, I don't know, like when you get further and further out, it's like the highest biomass should be inshore, and like the highest biomass should be like in coastal areas. So, I think the point I'm kind of maybe trying to drive at is like if you go further offshore, you might be more like it might be quicker to exploit the resources there, or exploit species there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be depressing because it's like the holidays, but. Anyway, like the only point is like I've seen that pattern before, and it's just it's not good. Trawl and gillnet fisheries are moving further away. For example, in Jakarta, the gillnet fishery at Marabaru travels to waters around Kalimantan due to the decline in local shark populations. Okay. Yeah. In the Gulf of Thailand, the species was once considered common. However, surveys in recent years have observed very few specimens. Similar in the waters of South China Sea, including Hong Kong and parts of mainland China, the species has been recorded in historic surveys, has been absent from all recent surveys, indicating that it may have become locally extinct in some parts of Asia. The numbers observed in market surveys in Indonesia are likely to provide a relatively good representation of a likely depleted population, although no baseline information exists. Interesting. Yeah, if I can pull up a map. No, actually, I shouldn't do that. Let me do the IUCN map. So as far as like, yeah, they should. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Buzzy audio. Yeah. Is it better now? Let me turn it down like a little bit, because Okay, yeah. I definitely turned it down quite a bit. Is this better? I feel like this might be better. I hope it is, but let's go to. And do you know what it is? It's probably because I'm messing with the map. So I just want to put it in position, and I won't touch it again. I hope it's better now. But anyway, so as far as like areas where I've heard like areas of I have to be careful. Like as we go further in these live streams, we might see more examples of sustainable fishing. We might not, but areas where it's kind of concerning, where I've heard more instances of like overexploitation. It's kind of this part of the Pacific. The Mediterranean, it's not doing so great, and then kind of like northern South America. But as we continue, and as I start to kind of like grow, like my understanding of sharks and what they need, I mean that like that perception might change. But like as far as I know, it's like this area, Mediterranean and northern South America, like those seems to be a lot of fishing activity that is not as managed as it should be to best protect sharks in those areas. But I don't know. As I continue, or as we continue, like that perspective might change. But anyway, I'm not gonna go into the map anymore because I think that's probably screwing up my internet. So let's see. Ooh, conservation actions. Let's happy things. Okay, there are no species-specific management measures for the fossil shark. That's not happy. Fisheries that take this species in northern Australia are well managed, having limited. Oh, that's happy. Having limited entry, catch, or effort limits, gear restrictions, and finning regulations. Throughout most of the rest of the distribution, coastal fisheries lack sufficient management or enforcement to achieve sustainability. Okay, so okay. At least Australia is helping the shark. So, let's see. Bibliography, images. I'm sure you don't have any. Okay. What? Oh, I maybe went too fast. Oh, I did go too fast. All right, let's see what we got. Is this going to... that's not a good image. Okay, let me... I should not click that. Let's do... live images. I wonder if that's like from... No, this is a different... Okay. There we go. So I briefly saw this is not from the same creator as the video that we saw, but this is super cool. What's kind of funny is, you know how you said earlier, it kind of looks like a mackerel shark. The head in particular looks like, it kind of reminds me of a sand tiger. Like it's kind of more compressed and conical, which is kind of interesting. It has like that hump back too, but the dorsal fin is so tall. Like this is a really cool looking shark. Oh. As far as pop culture goes, it's not really Snaggletooth Shark's not talked about too much, so it's really cool. Let's see if we can get. Oh, here's another live photo. Pretty blurry. Oh. Pretty blurry, and that looks... I don't know if this is like a little guy. That almost looks like a different... Like, well... This is so blurry, but that actually... Well, no, that I guess that is the same species, because, like, look, that pelvic fin is that it's the same giant, sharp pelvic fin. Dorsal fin's still really high. Doesn't seem to have as pronounced a hump, but then again, like you know, the head is still kind of that flat conical shape. That's cool. So maybe this is like a little guy. Yeah, yeah. It's like I just saw your comment. It's like a little cartoony. A little bit, like kind of like a drawing, a little like a kid's drawing of a shark. Like if you ask someone to draw a shark, it would be kind of like this, wouldn't it? In terms of like big fins, not. Oh, that's so grainy. Then that's nothing. There is no shark there. I will say though, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if you've tried. I don't know if you've tried Murky Boy. Yeah. I don't know if you tried to draw sharks. Like they're so hard. Like to get it right. Even like I've tried. I mean, I sometimes try to do it for fun, and it's really hard to get the proportions right. Like if somebody is a shark artist, they have a real skill because that is so difficult to do. But let's talk about fish base. So this is. Have you ever seen fish? Go back to chat. Have you ever seen fish base before, or like worked with fish base before? Because it's interesting. It's yeah, for sure, like super hard to draw. And I'm sorry if there's a delay. I think it's just the interwebs. So, but yeah, fish base is kind of I don't want to be mean. It's kind of like the best and worst resource. It's the absolute best as far as like it's a really good uh, compendium of all kinds of different fish species. But I think everybody uses it, so I've in my experience it's been very slow, or it's kind of like a little laggy or buggy, or it's an interesting thing. So and I have not used Fishbase in years. So but I was introduced to it. I used to work in the marine lab, and I was introduced to this in the lab, and it is very useful, and I think it's a really good like it's a very good tool. Like in the marine biology toolkit or the fisheries biology toolkit. This is like really good. So let's see what we can find. um, let's do Hemipristis. Hemipristis elongata. I'm trying to think. My Latin's a little. Oh, there we go. We found it. Well, that was not difficult. Okay. So it's actually been forever since I've used this, so let's see what we got in Fishbase. Got the name, Klenzinger, 1871, the scientist, and what year he named and described the species. We got a diagnostic drawing. Oh, actually we got a lot of drawings, look at that. So, FAO is Food and Agriculture Organization. Let's click on it. Ooh. FAO is a United. Oh, there you go. Hi. No, kidding. FAO is a United Nations thing. I forget the. Yeah, there we go. Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Okay. So FAO has published a lot of cool shark resources in terms of like identification guides for fishermen. So FAO is a really cool thing. Like it's a really cool body for shark shark ID guides and ID material. It's not the easiest thing to find, but like or rather, it's not the. Oh, look at those teeth. It's not the easiest thing to find, but like if you ever see FAO, it's super. That's a legit thing. Whoa! Look at those teeth. Yeah, Fishbase. I'm just catching up in your comments. Fishbase it's not the most user friendly. Like I'm being real. It's pretty. It's part of why I don't really use it too much. So, man, these teeth are amazing though. And you got the namesake, huge serrations. That is gnarly. That is so cool. So I think the guide said this guy eats cephalopods and I guess small fishes. It's actually really cool to see these massive serrations on this shark because it's kind of a smaller shark, so you wouldn't think it would handle like serrations like these would be kind of like the only thing I can think of is like great whites, and they handle like huge prey and they're huge themselves. But like for a shark of this size, it's wild to see like how big those serrations in the teeth are. And then you got these interesting like little spear teeth for gripping fish on the bottom, which also again kind of reminds me of the sand tiger a little bit. So even though it's a completely different order, this is super cool. Very, very cool. Some of these look like a little different though. That's not really good. You can't really see that because for this guy, well, no, but you could tell by the teeth, right? Okay, yeah, that's definitely a Snaggletooth because of the teeth. Is this a Snaggletooth? I mean, I would trust Fishbase because Fishbase is pretty good, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm just kind of like overthinking it. Huh. This is cool. So just like kind of like a general, I think a general thing in shark science is like uh, identifying sharks both in the field can be really hard if the species are closely related, and then even then there can be so much damage between if you catch a species and preserve it for scientific study, there could be so much damage between like life and death. Like, oops, sorry, that's my background. There could be so much damage between like a living specimen and like a preserved specimen, and the preservation could be like not perfect. So that can actually like I think that has led to misidentification of some species sometimes, like as far as like fisheries go. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, it was kind of, some of those photos were throwing me off, but then again, like a lot can happen as far as like between like a living shark and like capture. So very convenient. Yeah, these guys awesome as far as like. Oh, this is cool. I was curious about the name. Okay. Hemi from Hemipristis, which means half, makes sense. Pristis from Pristis, Sawyer, meaning saw. Okay, half saw. Illusion I explained, possibly referring to how marginal serrations of teeth, H. Sarah, type species, a fossil, do not extend over the entire length of each tooth. Elongata, Latin for prolonged, referring to its long and slim body. So it's like so the scientific name for this shark is the long half saw or saw half. Interesting. This is Hemipristis. Sawyer. Is that even a word? I'm not going to do dictionary.com because it's like Sawyer. That's weird. Yeah, I'm not doing dictionary.com because that burns a lot of energy. So, let's see. But that's really cool. I do love Latin and Greek, and just kind of like learn the different names. So now, type species, a fossil. Let's Wikipedia that really quick, because Wikipedia may not be the greatest source in the world, but it's good for a pinch. I forget specifically what a type species is. Type species. A type species is a species name with which the name of a genus or subgenus is considered to be permanently taxonomically associated, i.e. the species that contains a biological type specimen. A similar concept is used to supergenetic groups called the type genus. So let me get that straight again. Species name is a species name with which the name of a genus or sub. Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. All right. So what that is Hemipristis Sarah was like the first Hemipristis, and like the blueprint for like what we think Hemipristis is as far as like classification goes. And then we've got Hemipristis elongata, which is the living shark. So Hemipristis Sarah is the fossil, but we've got Hemipristis elongata, and we've added elongata to well, the genus Hemipristis, but the genus was established by a fossil. So that's actually really cool. I don't know if that makes sense, but like that's really cool that like yeah, actually, sorry, I just saw your comment about bonnethead. It is actually interesting because it's like this shark and bonnethead sharks are both shallow water sharks, and it is kind of cool, like small shallow water sharks, and it's kind of cool that they do have like a similarly like elongated body. Like, so I'm not sure exactly like how that best helps with their habitat and in terms of surviving that habitat, but it is a cool observation because these are sharks that occupy similar habitats. But anyway, I didn't realize that's actually really cool because like more often than not, like a type, I would expect, like a type species would be from a living genus. So it's actually really cool for this guy that the type species is from the past. Like that is super super cool. Like, man, dude, we're learning a lot about this shark. This guy is awesome. Like Snaggletooth Shark for the win. It is super super cool. Let's see. Depth range 130. Distribution. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, fish base is a good baseline for the like some deep science. Some of which is like, oh, I don't like I forget logs. Like I totally forget what those are. I mean, not what those are, but like how you best use them, like the LM. So, oh no, that's length of maturity. Never mind. It's Monday. A slender. So this is really funny. This is like, I think there's a lot of like databases online that kind of I don't want to say like overcompensate or overdo it, but IUCN does this a little bit too, where they organize everything super, super, super specifically. So it's funny to see dorsal spines, dorsal soft fin rays, anal spines, anal soft rays. These are all bony fish things, you know. And it's funny to see that it's included in the shark's description because it's just the standard for fish base. Similarly, if you go back to IUCN Red List, there's an example of this, which is not bad. I mean, it's just super, super specific. Like this stuff, like organizing habitats by numbers, like 9 is marine neritic, but then 9.4 is subtidal sandy. It's not bad. It's very, very, very specific, and sometimes it's just kind of funny to see. So, but anyway, a slender weasel shark with a long, broadly rounded snout, large, curved, saw-edged teeth in the upper jaw, and hooked lower teeth protruding from mouth. Gill slits long, fins strongly curved. We've been noticing that all night. Light gray or bronzy with no prominent markings. That's super cool. Ooh, this is a nice little summary. A coastal species found inshore and offshore on the continental and insular shelves. Feeds on sharks, rays, and bony fishes. Also cephalopods. Viviparous, thought to be potentially dangerous because of its large, fearsome teeth and shallow water habitat, but has not been recorded in an attack on people. That's interesting, because it's 2.4 meters. That's not... I don't know. How big is that again? Hold on. 2.4 meters. Kidding. Yeah, it's 8 feet. Never mind. Nope. Stupid American stuff. Sorry. Yeah, that's big enough. Yeah, that's big enough to give you a bad bite. Yep. I just didn't get it in my head because we have feet and inches, and I don't know. I can't do meters. So, oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, that makes sense. That could give you a bad bite. Caught regularly by inshore gillnet, bottom trawl occasionally, and long-line fisheries. Regularly taken in artisanal fisheries, utilized fresh for human consumption, liver processed for vitamins, fins, and used in the Orient shark fin trade, and byproducts processed into fish meal. Most adults below 200 centimeters. It's very interesting. Viviparous with 2 to 11 young in a litter. After gestation period of 7 to 8 months, possibly reproduces in alternate years. Cool. Distinct pairing with embrace. That's interesting. What is that reference? I can't get to it. Oh, modes of reproduction of fishes from 1966. So that's pretty old. That's a little outdated. Well, I shouldn't say outdated, but it's old. I mean, that's really old, actually. All right. Main reference: Compagno, FAO Species Catalog, Sharks of the World, and Annotated Illustrated. Yeah. hmm So what's actually really cool? I just need to take a sip of tea. So, the FAO Species Catalog by Compagno is the ancestor of this book. So this book, Sharks of the World, which is also by... No, it's not. Okay, kidding. This book, Sharks of the World, by Ebert, or David A. Ebert, Mark Dando, and Sarah Fowler. Sorry, I'm trying to organize that right. This is kind of like the most modern version of this original catalog. So there's been... And this version came out 2021, I want to say. So there's been the one that was made in the 80s, and then I think there was the major update, which was a book called Sharks of the World, which was, I want to say that might be 2005. And then they had another update in 2015, and then the third update, which is Sharks of the World, the book I just... Oh, awesome! Yeah, do you have the pocket version that you have? Do you have is it the white cover with? I actually might have that too. Hold on, one moment. Yeah, let me see if I have that. Yeah, let's see. I got it. Hold on, totally got this. All right. So like this one, because this is awesome. I think I've been using this for like forever. Which is it's like they're all related. Like the 80s, the blue one, and then this one, and like they have the same plates. And this one was like really good. Like it had how many species did it cover? I don't know if I got all 500. White cover of ocean. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. That's it. That's awesome. So super cool. Yeah. That's awesome. High five, man. Like it's a great book. I've used that forever, and I started checking off like sharks I either like did projects on or like have seen in the wild. Like that used to be like, or like that's a book I primarily use, and I'm kind of shifting to the other one, but like that book is awesome. Like this whole series, because I know there's like a lot of shark books out there that are kind of like field guides or references, but this whole series, like it's the best. It's super comprehensive, really cool. Like yeah, awesome. It's just really cool. So thank you for the virtual high five, much appreciated. So, oh man. Let's see. We got vulnerable. This is Ice Amaryllis, which we went over. Sites and Sims. Traumatogenic threat to humans. What does that mean? That I have never seen that before. Can we find it? Can we open this? Oh, this might be a huge download, actually. Yeah, I don't know. And it might be a different language, too. Yeah. Now, what's kind of fun about doing these study parties and just studying sharks in general is you can do a paper trail. And like what's interesting is, and I guess this is kind of like the internet in general, because like I have a buddy who kind of looks at the internet like negatively-ish, and it's like it's so easy to kind of go down these rabbit holes in a positive way, as far as like, and it could be any subject, but like with sharks and like kind of doing these study parties, it's super cool to kind of like be able to follow a paper trail. Like this one didn't really go anywhere, but for the most part, as far as like references and trying to like find things, like you could spend like, I mean, like hours and hours, like, you know, trying to follow up on things and find things. And it's sort of like one of the most positive examples of the internet being a great tool. Like my buddy I was mentioning earlier, like he sees a lot of like a lot of junk on the web, you know. But like if you like just look for something kind of like a niche subject, like you know, it's like there's it's so easy to find like information. And for shark science in particular, like it's I think since mid tens, like I want to say it was kind of hard to find things early tens, I want to say, but like mid tens, like 2015, 2016, I've noticed so much like improvement in terms of like being able to like access resources, which I think is really really cool. So this is my little soapbox about the positive power of the internet as far as like learning things, and sharks are no exception. But I will say there is a weird little roadblock in the sense that like it's hard to kind of find, or it's hard to kind of like find the doorstep to these resources because it's like you know like where do you look? But things like IUCN or FishBase are good starting points, and then you can kind of dive in from there. And then this sharkreferences.com, I don't know if we'll get to it tonight, but like this is fantastic for even deeper dive. So I don't think we'll do this one tonight, maybe because it's like I do want to check out the fossil website, which has a lot of cool information on the ancient Hemipristis. But anyway, let's see if there's anything else from FishBase. Synonyms, maybe. Quantity. Anything in particular you want to check out under the more information category? Like, yeah, for sure. I just saw your comment about the algorithm, for sure. It's interesting. Like, it's even like if you, I've noticed that with YouTube especially because it's like I have my Dr. Jaws YouTube channel, and then on my phone I'm not logged into Dr. Jaws, so I just have like basic YouTube channel, and it's interesting to see like how different they are because like the Dr. Jaws channel and like when I log in as Dr. Jaws I see like a lot of nice stuff like just music, Corridor Crew is like a fun VFX channel I like watching. I'm trying to think of other things like just like shark videos of course, like just like random stuff but mostly positive things. And then on my phone, which is not logged into Dr. Jaws, it's like a lot of junk. like there's some funny videos, but there's like a lot of like just you know Vine clickbaity weird stuff that's just like you know when you see a lot of it it's like it's kind of depressing. But if you dive in, and this is something I love about YouTube, if you like dive in and like you know just find content that like genuinely speaks to you, like you're gonna get recommended more things, and like that kind of like it's like building like a custom. I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's the best analogy, but I kind of think of it as like gardening a little bit, like or like that's not a good analogy because I don't garden, dude. I don't know anything about gardening, but like I'm trying to think of a good example, like yeah, no, for sure, it's literally that. My phone has the baby shark YouTube, like I have like Dr. Joss has the real shark YouTube, and my phone has the baby shark YouTube. So it's like, and they're so different, but I think my friend is stuck in like baby shark YouTube, and it's like I'm consistently telling him like you know just explore, you know just like find some random things, you know because it's like there's a lot of cool stuff out there. So one thing I've been listening to recently, and they ended 2020, but like Hello Internet is awesome, and I think they have their own website. Sure. Hello. And they're kind of an inspiration. They're super, super cool. They have their own website, but they also have a YouTube channel. And like, this is actually, oh shoot, I can feel my computer like getting really hot. I think I'm using too much bandwidth or something. But this is a really cool this is a really cool podcast, and they have you know some good content on YouTube. So, and it's like a good like like the creators are like plugged into all these other things as well. So I don't know. It's something I've been listening to recently, but it's part of my nice YouTube diet. So anyway, but uh, anything you want to take a look at for more information? There's a couple cool things like synonyms, ecosystems. Let's see, ecology, predators. I totally forget what morphometrics is. It sounds awesome, but I don't think it's gonna be awesome. like, I don't think it's gonna be awesome. It sounds great, you know. Also, what kind of tea do I have? This is like, I went to a farmer's market recently. This is like tea based out of Virginia Beach. Cocoa butter aged dry tea. Keto friendly. Energy like coffee. It's really good. Oh, yeah, like I guess customization. Like I just saw your comment about diet. Like oh, diet for the shark. Sorry, diet for the shark. Okay, let's go to diet. Sorry. It's Monday. Okay. So this is funny because this literally is this fits into this kind of fits into what I was saying about like being pretty specific. Nekton is huge catch-all for anything that can swim for itself. So like basically like if it can swim against the current, it's Nekton. So sea turtles, fish, octopus, like anything like that. If it floats, it's plankton. So on that note, jellyfish are technically plankton, even though they're huge comparatively. This percentage is interesting. Oh, interesting. So this is a specific reference, which we can't get into because they don't have a Dewey. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Look at that. It has a little summary. Is this still the same thing? Food and feed habits of Hemipristis elongata, Albatross Bay, 3 sharks. Sample size is 3, so 3 sharks. Mean length is 1.5 meters. So, okay. So 90. Oh, I see. Oh, check this out. It's classifying the food. Okay. So like layer 1 is Nekton, layer 2 is finfish, layer 3 is bony fish. Juvenile adult bony fish. Okay. And then, okay, so most of its diet is the bony fish, and then 2% of the diet is stomatopods, which I actually forget what a stomatopod is. What is a stomatopod? Oh, mantis shrimp. Oh, that's actually really cool. All right. Yeah, those are crazy. So this guy likes to eat bodyfish and mantis shrimp. Good pick. Good pick in terms of diet. This is cool. Man, this shark is great. Because mantis shrimp are tough. Like these are the ones that can like punch you. Like right? Yeah, sometimes referred to as thumb splitters because of the animal's ability to inflict painful wounds if handled incautiously. That's crazy. All right, this shark is awesome. Super, super cool. So it handles mantis shrimp, grows extremely quickly, and was named, the type species is a fossil. The shark from the past. This guy is awesome. Snaggletooth Shark is awesome. I clicked on one thing. I don't know if I clicked on the top one or the bottom one. Okay, I guess that's the bottom one. Let's see if the top one's different. It's probably... Oh, it is different. Look at that. Cortez 1999. And we can't get into that either. All right. All right. Oh, this is cool. Oh, cool. All right. So same kind of thing. Breakdown. You got bonyfish, squids, and cuttlefish. Chondrichthyes. So that can be sharks, or that can be rays or skates. This is pretty interesting. It could be either one. Let's see. And then we got benthic crustaceans. Very cool. This guy can eat other sharks. now that I know what meters are, like, it is not that surprising that a big individual can maybe snap up a small shark. That's super cool. All right, very interesting. Let me close that out. Tools. Ooh, what is this? Identification keys. I'm just kind of curious. I don't know. No way. That would be really cool if we could open this. Oh, wait, is this key? Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, so this is. Have you ever seen? Yeah, have you ever seen a dichotomous key? Like, it's like a really cool tool for like classifying species, and it's for like any kind of animal, like or maybe even plants. Actually, no, any kind of life form. What am I saying? Any kind of life form you can make a dichotomous key for, where you have this guide that examines like one or maybe one or two features and it compares them together. So we'll go through this one together because it's actually I love dichotomous keys. I think they're super super cool. But like let's see. Yeah, no, they're really cool. If let's see. So for example, we're gonna start with you have to start with step one, and then for our shark, it's like if we had a shark, we have to ask these questions and figure out where it goes. So lower teeth near symphysis. Oh gosh, all right. The symphysis is the it's in the middle of the mouth. I swear, like marine biologists are gonna scream at me. Yeah, symphysis. Symphysis. This is not gonna work. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. Okay, so I know the symphysis. Oh, wait, is this gonna show me a picture? Okay, I think this is pointing to the symphysis. It's in shark jaws. It is the middle portion of the mouth, and it kind of like anchors the left and the right rows of teeth. I'm sure if like dude, a marine biologist would scream at me. If you know what it, sorry, if you know what a symphysis. Oh, I don't want to lose this. If you know what a symphysis is, leave a comment in the description. if to anyone watching this in the future, like if you know what a symphysis is, I don't know, just. Okay, so lower teeth near symphysis with short, straight, or weakly hooked cusps that are concealed or barely protrude when mouth is closed. Gill slits small, less than twice the eye length. Lower teeth near symphysis with long, strongly hooked cusps that prominently protrude from the mouth when it is closed. Gill slits large, over twice the eye length. I think it's B, right? Like, I think it's B. Let me get a picture of this guy. We're gonna use the picture to go through the key. I literally had pictures. There we go. Okay. So mouth is closed. I'm pretty sure that's B then. That's not a high resolution, but I would say it's protruding. Yeah, lower teeth near symphysis with long, strongly hooked cusps that prominently protrude from mouth when it's closed. Gill slits large, over twice the eye length. Let's check the gill slits too. But what we're doing right now, that's literally how you use the key. Gill slits large, over twice the eye length. Yeah, I'm totally sure this is B. So what we're doing is like that's literally how you use the key, where it's like let's pretend we have like an actual like snaggletooth shark individual, and like we're like wrangling it and like just checking it out. Usually with dichotomous keys, I would say the individual's probably deceased, but like let's see. I'm gonna say it's B. We'll see if we're right. But anyway, if we are right, or regardless if we're right or wrong, since we're choosing B, it's going to take us to step 4. We have to go to step 4 since we're choosing B. Okay? Oh, we were right. Okay, that's it. Okay. So you got 4A, which is talking about snout obtusely wedge shape in dorsal ventral view, teeth present symphysis lower jaw, mesial edges over teeth fins not falcate, blah, 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 blah. So that's for this guy, Kynogaleus macrostoma, or our shark. So 4B is snout bluntly rounded in dorsal ventral view. Oh god. Okay. Dorsal ventral. Oh man. Dorsal. I forget what that means. Like, are you looking up at it or down at it? Dorsal ventral would be looking. Hold on. I'm gonna look at the chat now. Is dorsal ventral. What is that view again? Dorsal is the back. Yeah, that's what's throwing me off, because dorsal is totally the back, but ventral is the bottom. So are we looking down at it, or are we looking up at it? Or does it not matter? Like, what was this again? It was snout bluntly rounded in dorsal ventral view. Does that mean, like, either direction? Like, I guess it means either direction? I don't know. Ventral's the belly. Yeah. I'm going to assume either direction, because you can tell if you're looking down at it, you can still tell it's around its snout, and if you're looking up at it, you can still tell it's around its snout. That's what I'm going to assume. I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those terms that throws me off. Like one of those kind of curveball sciencey terms that kind of throws me off. So. But the point being, the snout is rounded, and like what's interesting is like now that I'm just kind of comparing the two pictures. Well, yeah, like rounded snout, and then this guy has a clearly pointy snout. So okay, sorry, I got hung up on that. Teeth absent at the symphysis of lower jaw, which is interesting because this is I know that's similar to sand tigers. Like sand tigers don't have teeth at the symphysis. Mesial edges of upper teeth serrated, but smooth. Oh, that's interesting. Smooth in young. Below 60 meters. That is actually really cool. So, interesting. So the little guys don't get their serrations on the mesial edge. Okay. Just forget where the mesial is. That's interesting, though. That's actually really cool that as the shark gets older, it gets its serrations. That's not giving me wait. Let's look at the index. Maybe there's a glossary. I'm sorry, I'm totally like just checking this out. Mesial. Okay, so mesial, oh, okay, I should have actually looked at the picture. So mesial is actually literally where the arrow is pointing to. So distal is this side with the curve, like the inward curve, and then mesial is the outward curve. So that's interesting. Okay, interesting. So constantly learning. So yeah, let's see. Sorry, I'm just catching up with comments. Either both on top or under it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it was. Yeah, like it's. I think it's so cool that the little guys, like the pups, have like smooth teeth. I think it's actually kind of adorable, but it's really cool. Like in the Sand Devil live stream, we were talking about like secondary sexual characteristics, where like male sand devils have like spines on their fins and female sand devils don't. And I don't know what the right terminology for like age characteristics would be, but it like similarly, I really think it's really cool that a species of shark, like one species, can have like different characteristics based on like its its sex or based on its age. I just think it's really cool. So like that really strikes me that little guys have smooth teeth. So that's actually really cool. Fins strongly falcate, so like fancy word for sickle shape. Posterior margins of pelvic and pectoral fins deeply concave, which we've been noticing as well. So that is super cool. So I kind of think I may have butchered the explanation of a dichotomous key, but I think we went through it exactly the way you should go through it. It's like you answer the questions and it takes you. It's kind of like choose your own event. Actually, it literally is choose your own adventure. It's literally the same thing where it's like we go through the questions and we go to the thing based on our answers. So, but that's actually partly why like I love dichotomous keys because it's like it literally is choose your own adventure, except for sharks or actually any kind of species of. I'd, I'd be curious if there's like microscopic dichotomous keys. There probably are, but like for any kind of, I know I know I've definitely worked with plants like dichotomous keys. So like I think at the very least any kind of like macro species you could do a dichotomous key for. So that was super cool. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these, so that was fun. Let's go back. Shout out to Fishbase. Like it's been actually a lot of fun. I feel bad for saying not the most positive things about it earlier because it's actually been super fun. Now, this is awesome, and this might be kind of more recent. See this BRUVS. I forget what that stands for specifically, but this is basically an underwater camera studying behavior. Brooves. I don't know if you can call them brooves, but anyway, like these are super cool. And it's kind of like an emerging field of shark science where you set up a uh, like with a GoPro and stuff. It's emerging because it's like underwater camera technology has become more affordable lately, like past decade, I would say. More affordable, easier to use, easier to set up kind of more complex experiments with. So, I don't know if I should be saying brooves, but brooves is a really cool emerging field where they found that if you set up a camera underwater and just leave it there, you can get more accurate biodiversity surveys and a higher count of sharks than if you were scuba diving in the same area trying to find the sharks yourselves. Which makes sense because, as a diver, you're going to be, yeah. I just saw that slang for bros. Yeah. As a scuba diver, you're going to be scaring the animal away because as a diver, you yourself are like a big scary kind of presence. But with the brooves, it's very what's the word? Non-invasive. So it's just a cool little apparatus you could like set at an area of the reef, and you could see all kinds of wildlife coming in. So super cool field. Definitely think it's really cool. We don't have any brooves for this particular species, but as we go forward, and if we use Fishbase again, like maybe we'll get some brooves. Like that would be actually really cool if we can get some of those. So all right. Let's see. Ebook, field guide. Well, I don't want to use a wizard. Check for aquarium maintenance. What? Wait a minute. I'm just curious. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Okay. I was just curious if they have. This is probably just something they have for every species, whether or not they're actually in aquaria. So, interesting. Internet sources. This is funny. A lot of these I don't know. I know Tree of Life. I have not used Tree of Life in forever. But at the time I used it, I didn't know how comprehensive it was. A lot of these I actually don't know. I want to go on the fossil website, so I don't think I'm gonna stay here. Interesting. Excuse me. This is cool. I'm not really sure how to interpret this. Nutrients. I have no idea. I'm just kind of curious what in the world this is about. I guess I'll accept all cookies. I don't know. All right. Harnessing Global Fisheries to Tackle Micronutrient Deficiencies by Christina Hicks, Philippa Cohen, Nicholas Graham, Christy Nash, Edward Allison, Corley de Lima, David J. Mills, Matthew Rocher, Shakuntala Thilstead, Andrew Thorne Lyman, and M. Aaron McNeil. So published in Nature. Nature is a very important journal. So I'm just kind of curious what this is. I'm just going to breeze through the abstract. So micronutrient deficiencies account for an estimated 1 million premature deaths annually, and for some nations can reduce gross domestic product by up to 11%, highlighting the need for food policies that focus on improving nutrition rather than simply increasing the volume of food produced. Okay, now I'm really going to breeze through this because this is not shark specific. Lack of understanding nutrients. The nutrient composition of most fish and how nutrient yields vary among fisheries has hindered policy shifts that need to effectively harness the potential of fisheries for food and nutrition security. Here, using a concentration of 7 nutrients in more than 350 species of marine fish, which must include our shark, we estimate how environmental ecological traits predict nutrient content of marine finfish species. Our shark is not a finfish. Yeah. Really cool study. This is definitely not shark specific or like Snaggletooth Shark specific, so I probably won't stay here. Yeah. Really cool study. I'll get out of here because yeah, it's not Snaggletooth Shark specific. Sorry about that, but that's what I mean by like rabbit holes. Like in terms of like, let's see. Oh, I just saw your comment about BRUVS. Let's see. Actually, I think you can do one. I think I've tried to make one and like it did not go well. Like just like my apparatus was just really makeshift and just fell apart, so it did not go well. But I don't think you need a license to have one. And I'm sure there's some areas you could probably deploy, like a state park or a national park. You could probably deploy one while you're visiting the park. Because I don't think there's anything illegal. Let's see. I don't know any Brew guides, but actually, let's go see if we can find some. I have to be careful on Google because it's like, I don't want it to pull up like a heck of a lot of results. Pure UVS. Person's brother. Okay. BRUVS, build your own. I think to do it right, it might be kind of pricey because you. Oh, okay. How to construct. Oh, cool. All right. Mar Alliance technical video series. I can feel my computer freaking out again. So, sorry if the audio is going to get a little weird. Wait, no ads. No ads. I'm not shilling, man. I'm not shilling. Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything like that. I just want to get to the brews. Nope, no mac and cheese. I just want brews. I want brews. I don't want mac and cheese. And show me the brews. Oh my god, how many things? Okay, brews. Here we go. All right. Constructing. Oh, here we go. All right. These instructions are guideline using materials that are generally available and fairly expensive. This is 2 minutes. We're totally going to park here. Yeah, let's do this. Brews are non-invasive tools used by Martin Alliance. Also, Martin Alliance. Subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and like. Thank you, Martin Alliance. All right. Awesome. Yeah, that. I'm telling you right now, I can't. Probably. Oh. Construction of a triangle PVC pipe brew. So, oh, boy. Oh, because you gotta cut the pipe. Hacksaw, drill bit, screw by. Like, the hacksaw part is the thing that I don't have access to and I'd be nervous about doing. Like, is it possible? Yes. Is it possible to get this stuff at like Home Depot or Lowe's and build it? Sure. It's expensive, probably, and craftsmanship's involved, but hmm, metal sheet. The metal sheet would be tricky. How do you get a metal sheet like that? But this is totally possible. I mean, it's oh, this is cool. Like that's where you put the bait in. Cool, cool, cool. You know what's really funny, by the way, Royal Roy, is it's surprisingly easy to get chum. Like as far as like I mean like online. Like ideally you should be getting chum from, like a bait store, like a bait and tackle store, but I have literally ordered chum from Amazon. So it has happened. I used that chum for my broove and the chum was fine. The broove just fell apart. So alright. Angle it down current. See, look how cool this is. Oh, there's a nurse shark. Look at that. Ginglymostoma serratum. That's a different shark over there. What's this one? Oh, that's a ground. Oh my god, that's a great hammerhead. Look at that. These are cool. And that is... Oh, okay, that's too quick. I don't know if that's a loggerhead or a green turtle. It's probably a loggerhead. Because this looks like this is Florida. I mean, both live there, but that was really cool. Thank you, Mar Alliance. That was really, really cool. Let's get out of here. I don't want to lay. All right, that was awesome. Oh, Caribbean reef shark. Good call. Good call. Those always throw me off for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up your comments. Like, yeah. Like I don't know why Caribbean reef sharks throw me off, but they totally throw me off. I don't know what it is about that particular species. It probably is because it's like not my part of the world. So I'm not as trained on what distinguishes it. But like, yeah, good call on that because like that one throws me off. Carcharodontis perezii, it always throws me off. So, but yeah, so brooves. I cannot. Oh man, someday we should do a Broove challenge. I can't. I don't know if I can make one right now. Like, but maybe this summer, maybe this coming summer, it might be a good challenge to do. The Broove challenge. It's a fun name. Because it'd be cool. It's just like it's actually. I mean, like this stuff is not impossible. Like, it's just kind of pricey, but yeah. Requiem sharks are just like all kinds of requiem sharks are just like it's probably the I would say requiem sharks and lantern sharks probably the hardest group to identify. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would say requiem sharks and lantern sharks probably are the most difficult as far as like telling them apart. So, and as far as like shallow water sharks go, requiem sharks for sure. Like they're super uh, hard to tell apart. But yeah, like this summer to be determined. This summer, like I may take part in the Broove challenge. It's gonna be really pricey. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Like I will absolutely keep you posted in terms of whether or not I do a Broove and try to build one because it's like I do have a GoPro. So I got this. This is my, I guess Hero 7. So and I love this thing. I have been taking underwater photos with this thing, and it's been very helpful. So that part is done. Where I can mount this to a Broove. It's just the problem is how do you build a Broove? In terms of like and also, where am I going to use a hacksaw? I guess, like, my family lives in a rural area, so maybe I could just, like, stop by with a random hacksaw and be like, hey, don't mind me. I'm just, shaping these PVC pipes into something. Don't worry about this. Apologies for the noise. But I will keep you posted on Project Broove. It's a tall order. It's going to be tricky to make, but maybe this coming summer... Maybe Project Broove. Maybe Project Broove. Because that would be really cool to do. So, anyway. Let's dive into... It's almost 10:30. over here. So let's dive into the fossil. I do want to go through the fossil thing. Fossil Hemipristis. So, excuse me. Sorry, I'm just like talking a lot. So, this tea is good. It kind of screwed me up a little bit. It has, I don't know if it has caffeine or uh, has the energy of caffeine, but it kind of kept me up late last night, so I didn't get super good sleep. Probably gonna happen tonight, but it's worth it, you know, because it's tonight is Shark Night. Monday nights at 9, Shark Night. So, all right, Hemipristis ceratooth morphology. So this guy is the fossil Snaggletooth Shark. Doesn't exist anymore, but this is kind of where it all began. Like that's super cool that this was the type species. And, I showed this last week. I know you saw this last week. I'm pretty sure this is a Hemipristis tooth that got chipped because the serrations are huge. So, but that's the only one I have from the York River Basin in Virginia. So, but Snaggletooth. Oh, cool! Look at that. Snaggletooth fossil shark also found, or as found in North Carolina. That's awesome. That's a really cool looking tooth, actually. All right. Half saw that. Okay. Eocene to recent. Eocene. Let's see when that is. I'm not really that great of my epochs, my geological epochs. So about 56 to 33.9 million years ago. Cool. Very cool. Awesome. Thanks, bro. Shark nights are the best nights for sure. Like yeah, these I'm loving these live streams. They're super fun, and like I genuinely I'm learning a lot genuinely. So and it's awesome to share like just like the channel, like you know, just it's been super fun. So let's see. Seldom seen sharks only found in water. So they're talking about the living one. Okay. So this little section is talking about the living Snaggletooth shark. They have very odd teeth. They're larger with very jagged sections on the edges. Now, fun thing about this website, this guy definitely is an expert. And there's gonna be like little moments here and there where it's like they have very odd teeth. Would that be in a scientific? Well, actually, that could pass in the scientific paper and stuff. But there's going to be like little comments here and there that have like a flavor of personality. But they are coming from an expert. This guy is, what was this? Fossilguy.com. This is a really great website for shark tooth hunting. So it's like, and it's like a little bit of personality here and there. But if there's something like that, it's coming from like an expert. So let's see. Oh, male snaggletooth sharks are twice the size as females. Let's check that. Because that's not common. Usually female sharks are bigger than males. So... that is not... I don't think that's legit. So this is a great website, but I don't think that claim is legit. Because here it's saying males mature around 110 centimeters, females 120 centimeters. If they're maturing at that length, which is comparable with the females slightly bigger, I can't imagine the males getting bigger than the females in general. So, and again, usually for sharks, females are bigger than males, so that might be debunked. So... but again, I don't want to knock this website because this guy is really cool. So I don't want to knock the website. Let's see. Calvert Cliffs of Maryland. This is a very famous fossil location. I've never been here, but I've been to an area nearby that called Nanjamoy, which is like a secret spot. It's like but it's a really good fossil spot. So. Let's see. And it's kind of near the same area. I don't think it's the same assemblage as far as like the geologic period. I think it's older, but anyway, it's a shark that few people hear about. They used to be very common millions of years ago, Snaggletooth shark, but today are restricted to the Indian Ocean and Western Pacific. They are known for their snaggle teeth. Ooh, this is cool. The Hemipristis genus first appears in the Eocene as H. curvatus. Their teeth are similar in shape to H. sara, but are smaller. The genus is the direct ancestor of H. sara, and it disappeared in the Oligocene as the first occurrence of Hemipristis sara appeared. That's super cool. Oligocene is younger, so 33.9 to 23 million years ago. That's really cool. So, oh, this is ugly. Okay, here we go. So Hemipristis, what was it called again? Hemipristis curvatus appeared this time period, and then Hemipristis sara, which is a fossil, like a prehistoric shark, occurred in this time period. So, and this is all. Ooh, these are old. Wow. Because, like, I don't know if you remember, like, in the last live stream, I was talking about my teeth are Miocene for the most part. So these are really old. Wow. That is super, super cool. Super cool. Occurrence of the prehistoric snaggletooth. H. sara can be found in tertiary fossil deposits on the East Coast from Maryland to Florida. Okay, so the one I got fits in the range. Cool. These beautiful teeth are also common to find in tertiary deposits worldwide from both coasts of North and South America to Europe, Africa, and Asia. This shark clearly had a nearly global distribution in the tertiary. Well, I guess that's everything, right? Tertiary. Screw it. However, as the climate changed from the warmer Miocene into the cooler climate of today, the species became extinct. They are deemed abundant in Miocene exposures. In Pliocene exposures, they are less numerous, and in the Pleistocene, which I think that's, let's see, Miocene, Pleistocene is super young, comparatively. Yeah. What's going on in the Pleistocene? And in the Pleistocene, they became restricted to the tropical waters around Indonesia before finally becoming extinct. That's interesting. So, the living snaggletooth, Hemipristis sara's closest living relative is H. elongata, a slightly smaller snaggletooth which continues to swim in tropical waters of the Eastern Hemisphere today. According to Bonfil, Bonfil's a famous shark scientist as well. H. elongata is an inshore and offshore shark with a distribution in the Indian Ocean, Western Pacific, blah blah blah. Sharks from the Hemigeliid family weasel sharks have a long snout with horizontally oval eyes and internal gill openings, and their first dorsal fin is slightly higher than their second. Okay. Yep. Talked about what it eats. Based on tooth size comparisons between H. elongata and H. sara, the fossil species could reach sizes between 3 to 5 meters, which is... Oh, bigger. That's bigger. Yo, well, I didn't know that. That's super, super cool. Like, I didn't realize it was, like, the fossil shark is bigger, which makes sense, but that's super cool. Therefore, H. sara is most likely a larger version of H. elongata. It most likely would have looked and behaved similarly. Yeah, okay. I don't know, maybe. H. elongata is listed as vulnerable. I'm really knocking this guy. I'm sorry. To extinction by the eye. Oh man, this is a good website. This is a good website. I promise. Like these are just typos. You know, these are just typos. These are typos. The numbers are declining mainly from overfishing from gillnet and trawl fisheries. So, what? First articulated skeleton of a snaggletooth shark from the Calvert Cliffs? What? 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 Oh. Wait. What? No, wait. Wait a minute. Wait. Hmm. Okay, so if I'm saying this correctly, lower tooth, upper tooth, upper tooth, upper tooth, upper tooth. Hmm. Yeah, like, okay. This is really hard for me. It's really hard for me to tell fossilized cartilage. This dark stuff. It's interesting. This can happen. This totally can happen. I've seen fossil sharks where a skeleton can happen. It's really rare, but it can definitely happen. I'm just having a kind of hard time figuring this out. I'm not a paleontologist, so this is really cool. It's hard to kind of see the complete picture because the teeth are all scattered around. So upper tooth, upper tooth, upper tooth. That looks like an upper tooth. Upper tooth, lower tooth. Those all look like lower teeth. That makes sense. Excuse me. That's okay. All right, gotcha. Interesting. Huh. Okay. That's really cool. That's actually a really cool. That's a really cool find. Um, millimeters. No, I can't see. I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess you can kind of tell how big that is. That's really cool. It's hard for me to kind of understand the whole picture of what this is and like what we're seeing right now. Yeah, like I just saw your comment about shark skeletons don't fossilize. So like for the most part, they don't because the cartilage is too what's the word? It's just not as I'm trying to think of the right word. It just disintegrates or it's just not as sturdy as bone. But it does happen sometimes. There is a angel shark fossil in the Smithsonian in like the American Natural History Museum in New York. It's beautiful. It's like I have a picture of it somewhere. I don't know if I'm gonna be what's the word? I'm gonna be really goofy and basic and see if I can hold this up to the camera. Um, okay, there we go. Beautiful fossil. Okay, don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay, so this happens. Like a fossil skeleton can happen. It's just extremely rare. It's and actually I guess now that I'm looking at this, it's kind of more like an imprint. Yeah, you gotta really win the lottery to get that going, like or to kind of find something like that. So, but, oops, got my bonnet head background again. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of funny. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to click on that. October 2014, Donald Dixon discovered a series of shark vertebrae and teeth while digging a footer for an addition to a house in Calvert County. His brother, an amateur fossil hunter who realized the significance of this find, contacted Dr. Stephen Godfrey from the Calvert Marine Museum. That's a cool museum. I've actually been there before. Dr. Godfrey quickly conducted an excavation of the fossil shark specimen. Turned out to be an associated Hemipristis fossil shark skeleton. That's super cool. The first complete specimen of its kind. This is super cool. Okay. That's super cool. The articulated shark fossil has over 80 vertebrae, jaws, and teeth, and even cartilage from the skull. That's crazy. Specimen would have been around 8 to 10 feet in length. A specimen has been prepped, was briefly on display in the Calvert Marine Museum, and is now unfortunately in a private collection. What? Wait, look at that. Are these vertebrae? Right here? No. No way. What? No. I'm not seeing that right. Right? Because, like, that's the tooth. That can't be the vertebrae, right? That's too cool, though. There's no way I'm seeing that right. That looks kind of big. That's too big. Right? What is this? 80 vertebrae. That seems so big, though. This is really cool, but the world's only Hemipristis snaggletooth associated shark specimen awaiting to be prepped at the Calvert Marine Museum. Image, courtesy of Paul R. Murdoch, Chesapeake Heritage and Paleontology Tours. That's extremely cool. That is like a gold mine of a find. That's super, super cool. Inside, the left side of the jacket contains a cartilage from the skull and jaws. Left side of the jacket. Interesting. Um, and upper. Oh, there we go. Whoa. And upper and lower rows of teeth. The right side of the specimen contains a row of fossil shark vertebrae. That is the vertebrae. That's nuts. And a few additional teeth. That is nuts. Oh my god. Oh, that is wild. That is huge. Whoa. Oh my god, man. That is a gold mine. That is too cool. Look at all the teeth here. Those are literally the vertebrae. That's crazy. They seem so big to me, but like that is so cool. Yo, that's awesome. This is a prep jacket, the main part of fossil Hemipristis shark fossil specimen. Fossil shark was prepped at the Calvin Marine Museum. One can see the jaws with teeth and cartilage on the left and partial vertebral column on the right. Yeah, I really appreciate they said this is unfortunately in a private collection, because it's like, this is too cool of a find. I mean, that's so rare. Like, it's so rare. I just feel like it should be public, you know? I have to be careful. But, I mean, like, I feel like it should be public, you know? I know, like, with my fossil teeth, like, if I was an amazing person, I would share maybe in a local museum, but I like my collection, so, you know. But I don't have vertebrae. I don't have vertebrae. I wouldn't keep vertebrae. That's just really cool and rare. So, way too cool. All right. Okay. One obvious aspect of Hemipristis shark teeth are their unique design. Fossil shark teeth are easily identifiable from any other shark tooth. The upper laterals are broad and triangular shaped. The fossil shark teeth unmistakably large, coarse serrations running nearly the length of the blade. Too cool. The distal serrations tend to be larger than the mesial serrations. Oh, that's interesting. Check it out. So yeah, distal meaning the inward curve, larger than the mesial, which is the outward curve. That's really cool. I've heard the term distal and mesial before, but it's been a long time. I actually did make a fossil shark video, or fossil tooth video, which I'm pretty sure that's included in that video a couple years ago. And I used to brush up, or like I need to brush up on my tooth terms. So this is actually really cool. Of the many things we've learned tonight, and the many things that have been awesome, it's been really, really cool to kind of like brush up on tooth terminology. So distal is the I guess the anterior edge, or like the inward edge, and then mesial is the outward edge, or the posterior. No, I got that mixed up. Sorry, this is the anterior edge. Distal is posterior, mesial is interior, distal is inward, mesial is outward. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I needed to do that. So. Mm-hmm. Yes, it should be in a museum. I get that reference. Yes. They're making a fifth one, a fifth Indiana Jones movie, which it's going to be interesting. I think Harrison Ford was de-aged a little bit in some parts of the movie, so I don't know. Like, how would you rank the Indiana Jones movies? Like, from best to, or favorite to least favorite? Because I'm trying to think of these now. My brothers and I don't have. I think we have different opinions on this, but for me, I'm like, Temple of Doom might be my favorite, which I know is kind of a hot take, because that movie is dark. Like that is a screwed up movie in a lot of ways, but like, I kind of like Temple of Doom. But I mean, it's dark. It's also not the most like appropriate movie. But like, there's a lot of scenes in Temple of Doom that like, I think for me, I would do Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade, which is my brother's favorite. My brothers love Last Crusade. Actually, most people I know love Last Crusade, which is great. It's a great one. Um, and then what do you even call it? Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull. I don't remember particularly enjoying that experience, but yeah, yeah. Raiders. I mean, like you can't go wrong with Raiders. It's like iconic. It might be. I think objectively, it might be the best. Like Raiders or The Last Crusade might be the best objectively, but Temple Dune. I don't know. I have like there's parts I'm like horrified by in Temple of Doom, and then there's parts I'm like, ah, it's pretty cool. So I don't know, but yeah, like in a museum is from Last Crusade. So I forget who he was talking to, but it's about oh, it's like the cross. It's like a golden cross in the beginning. So, but fantastic reference. So, um, let's see. We got. I lost my place actually. We talked about that. Serrations on both sides of the tooth, and just before the coronal apex. So I'm assuming this is the coronal apex because these are where the serrations end, which is smooth. Okay. Upper interior teeth are narrower, and then upper laterals. Okay. Hmm. So the one on the left, if I'm reading that correctly, the one on the left is kind of more forward. It's like in the middle of the mouth, more forward facing, and then the one in the middle is kind of like more towards the back, and then all the way on the one on the right is probably like in the way back of the mouth. Okay. Serrations also run nearly the length of the blade and end with a smooth coronal apex. They also have a lingual protuberance on the root. Interesting. Lower Hemipristis shark teeth resemble a different species. That's interesting because that looks a lot like a mako shark or a sand tiger shark. They're very. Oh, there you go. They're very similar to sand tiger shark teeth. In fact, some early literature reports them as a different species. You know what? Kind of frightening is I might have lower Hemipristis teeth, and I might not know it. I won't go through my whole collection, but I definitely have teeth that look like this, and I thought they were sand tiger teeth, and I'm wondering if they might also be Hemipristis. So, yeah, interesting. Da, 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 da. The key to identifying lower teeth is that they have incomplete cutting edges towards the base of the crown. Oh god, okay. Incomplete cutting edges towards the base of the crown. They also pronounced lingual protuberance. Lower interior teeth only have a small number of serrations on each shoulder, while lower lateral teeth are more serrated, superficial resembling the serrations of the upper teeth. Oh boy. Alright, symphysial teeth look quite different. They're very thin, have large lingual protuberance. Yeah, I'm not really... Symphysial teeth are kind of weird. So symphysial teeth, again, they're the ones like in the very middle of the cartilage, and they do tend to be for multiple species really small. And oh, look at that, complete dentition. Oh, fossils of the Chesapeake Bay region. That's where I am. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at this kind of like assemblage, I don't know. Like teeth in this area, like in the bottom area here, I might have something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. And the fact that you can see such a variance, like in the teeth, this is one of the many things that makes fossil shark hunting. Oh, I just saw your comment. Yeah, sand tiger teeth are a little more curvy. That's a good point. That is a good point. So I probably still have sand tiger teeth then, because like they definitely have a curve to them. Let's see. But yeah, this gives me more confidence because it's like I'm pretty sure this guy I'm holding is a Hemipristis because the serrations are pretty big, and like seeing this kind of layout right now is cool because like the serrations look similarly sized, and this my tooth could possibly be well, yeah, it could possibly be towards the back of the mouth because like what's interesting is now I'm noticing I guess the root. The root is pretty indented. Like that's a pretty deep indent as far as like the tooth root goes, or the base goes. But now that I'm looking at these, I don't know, because that looks deep. I don't know. This one in particular looks deep in the top left, but a lot of these like that indent. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I don't know if I finished my point. Part of the reason why shark tooth fossil hunting and identification is so difficult is you can have two different teeth of the same species, but you don't know it's the same species, like because it could be different parts of the mouth. So it's really, really difficult. I'm definitely an amateur at it. I definitely there's still a long way to go. I do think I've got a Hemipristis though, so but we'll see. So. Oh, this is a modern jaw set. Interesting. Of Hemipristis elongata. Alright. So I'm just kind of scanning through this. It's almost 11, so I'm glad fossilguy.com does watermarks because again his website's super cool and these are a lot of great resources for a lot of different kinds of teeth. There's a really cool section for white sharks, which we can do for a future video. Yeah. Aurora, North Carolina, Calvert Cliffs, Maryland, Venice Beach, Florida, Peace River, Florida. Cool. I'm definitely kind of scanning through this, but wow, these are really beautiful photographs, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is I do think, yeah, because now I'm noticing. The camera's not going to catch this, I guess, but on the distal end of my tooth, those serrations do look a bit fatter, like a little chunkier, and I think that was a characteristic. So that's so interesting. What is this? What is this? Pathological snaggletooth sheet? What? Is a curved blade and double tip. These are difficult to find. Yeah, what? Pathological? I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh, hey, there's the first edition of Sharks of the World. I think that's a good way to tie things together. Like, this is the, like your book Royal Roy. This is the ancestor of that. 2005. So that's the first edition. So yeah, super cool. All right, so yeah, I just saw your comment on the melty tooth. Yeah, I don't know what that means, like pathological snaggletooth shark. So, but anyway, so I'm probably going to wrap it up in a little bit. So I'm thinking for next week, we did talk about sharpness shark a little bit, so that might be a good one for next week. But any suggestions for shark you want to cover next week for next Monday's study party? Let me know in a comment. And I might, unless you have a music suggestion, I wonder if I could find, just for fun, like Indiana Jones chill hop or something. I don't know if such a thing exists. I don't even know if that would be fun because John Williams has such an iconic style, and like that, I feel like that would be kind of, I don't know actually, because like I've listened to some good Star Wars chill hop actually. So maybe yeah, you can actually probably take John Williams stuff and yeah, you could probably take Indiana Jones and make some fun stupid music with it. But if you have a music suggestion, let me know. So, but yeah, Hemipristis Sarah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Hemipristis. So, just checking. Make sure I didn't miss anything. What's funny is Megalodon teeth for sale. Like what's funny is like I don't. For me personally, I would not want to buy one. Sonic Chill Hop. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. You mean Sonic, right? Like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like I would definitely be down. I'd definitely be down for Sonic. So I'll make a note of that right now. Actually, Sonic Chill Hop, the one and only Sonic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're definitely doing Sonic Chill Hop. Let's do Sharp-Nosed Shark with Sonic Chill Hop, because like Sharp-Nosed Shark, grows really fast, and Sonic the Hedgehog goes very fast. So I think that's a good theme. So all right, that's what we're doing next week. Atlantic Sharp-Nosed Shark, Sonic Chill Hop. So Sonic the Chill Hog for sure, man. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a great week, and I think there's some other people watching. I see 3 viewers, so hope you guys are having a good week, and thank you for tuning in to this live stream, and I hope you had a good study party, and we'll see you next week. Monday nights at 9, Dr. Jaw's live shark study party. So, yeah! All right, take care, Roy. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the holidays. So I'll see you guys soon, but... Bye.